afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, January 18, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. You are born with a tremendous possibility of intelligence. You are born with a light within you. Listen to the still, small voice within that will guide you. Nobody else can guide you. Nobody else can become a model for your life, because you are unique. This is your glory, your grandeur, that you are utterly irreplaceable, that you are just yourself and nobody else. Osho. Very well put. Now, we look at each other and say, or you look at yourself, right? And say, how do you feel if you were to look at yourself and say, you are absolutely perfect just as you are? How many of us, I mean really, truly, through the heart mind, will say that? You don't need to do anything, have anything, be with anyone, or even reach some lofty, dreamy goal to find perfection inside. The truth is that you are perfect because your inherent nature is divine. At the innermost core of every atom is perfection. This universe is the divine perfect existence. You are a part of this universe, so you are a part of the perfection. Given into this perfection, and you'll feel a whole heck of a lot better. And the only reason we may not experience this perfection every day is because the mind has been playing games with you, with all of us. It has been comparing, judging, scheming, trying, and focusing obsessively on all the many flaws, problems, and imperfections it is imagining. It's up to us to wake up and be aware, even though the mind may believe in these imperfections, doesn't mean they exist. It's always your choice to live in this delusional reality of the mind or not. The perfection is always there. It's not something you go get. And the mind cannot see it most of the time. The mind can only perceive imperfections by narrowing its focus, and this focus stops it from seeing, feeling, and experiencing the greater whole. Once the mind completely surrenders to existence, then the perfection is realized. Yet you must dive all the way to the center of the mind, beneath your core beliefs that say you must do X, Y, Z to be loved, wealthy, healthy, and happy. If you don't, you won't. Now, the moment you undermine a core belief, you release it and instantly connect back with the perfection of existence. mind narrows so that it can, in one moment, open up to the infinite universe with you at its very center. The day you've transcended all your core beliefs, you'll realize the perfection has always been inside you, because you'll be seeing it everywhere on the outside. So yes, everything is truly perfect. All positive and negative feelings, thoughts, and experiences are perfect in themselves. They are like colors on a palette. Each emotion has a different color, energy, and frequency to it. Wouldn't the world be a dull, sad place if we decided that half of the colors on the palette were not acceptable and got rid of them? What would the world be like if the color blue or green were blinded from your eyes? Just as the diversity of colors on this planet makes life exceptionally beautiful, so does your palette of feelings. Every experience you have contributes to the exquisite beauty and perfection of your life. Now, there are many distractions, we all know that pull us from the truth of our destiny, divinity. If you are always fighting off negative thoughts or feelings, these inner demons take up your time, and you simply overlook the perfection of your divine essence. Remember, these inner saboteurs are perfect within the bigger picture. Any inner struggle against them is what is causing your suffering, and not the situation or the being which triggered the negative feelings. The discovery is to know yourself intimately with all of your parts, accepting whatever arises for you, be it joy, sadness, or anger, is absolutely perfect. Suffering only occurs when we try to resist, defend, hold on to, or change any feeling or thought passing through. If thoughts are like trains, right, on train tracks, suffering would be standing on the tracks trying to stop one of them. Just allow the train to pass on by. Allow your feelings and thoughts. Let your feelings and thoughts go. Just witness them as you would watch clouds moving across the clear blue sky. Every thought is to be welcomed, and none are to be feared or held on to. You know, it's like you kick back and you watch all these clouds in the sky. And you look at them as thoughts, and you see them float by, right? Now, you could grab one, pull it in, create it into your reality, experience it. But when you look at them and you identify them, you basically just say, no, not interested. And it just floats by. That's like with everything. Problem, situations. We choose every split second. We choose what we experience. It does not mean that we are completely aware of that. you get attached somehow to one repetitive, stagnant thought, right? You eventually get wrapped up in the musty feelings that come with it. Suffering is that one life lesson that is guaranteed to change the way you do life. Because after enough suffering, our egos become bored with all the drama, is eager to enjoy another new color on the palette. It has more awareness now and is completely ready for an expansive new state of mind. Everything in existence is so absolutely perfect. If we only knew a fraction of it. Just a tad. Now, when we look at it, say, someone says, everything in existence is so absolutely perfect. If you only knew a fraction of it, you'd never make another complaint again. The negative things you see and experience in this life are not negative in nature. The mind is always interpreting everything and labeling things as good and bad. Experiencing this grand perfection around you and inside you occurs the instant you transcend this labeling machine. And when you finally relax into what exists beneath the mind, the walls come down, and you start seeing the perfection of existence. It's time to remove the veil of delusionment and start celebrating the perfection of who you truly are. Now, when you just can't see it inside or outside your body, simply focus on the energy and quality of nature. Nature is perfect and will eventually open your eyes to it. Meditate on the perfection of all the animals, clouds, ocean, plants, the sky, stars in existence. This is what you are connected to on the most intimate levels. And when you finally surrender to nature in your outer world, it's easy to find your divinely perfect nature in your inner world. It's a reflection. Do we see the reflection? Most of the time, no. People, you conjure all kinds of things. It's like this civilization. When you're never told the truth, right? And when you're birthed, you come into these bodies of birth, and you're programmed. But you're never told the truth. And so you live that. And then you leave. And then you come in again, and you're really never told the truth. And I mean by telling the truth, it's like, you're never told who and what you are. That's never discussed or talked about. You never go into the detail of it, on what it truly is, what it means. That's why when you're happy, right, you're just happy. You don't have to have a reason to be happy. And because of that happiness that's within you, it starts shining outside of you, and it affects a lot of people. That's a reflection of who and what you are. How do you think it affects other people? It is a very high velocity frequency that affects everything. And where your attention goes, energy flows. Isn't it amazing? Now you comprehend that. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense for this civilization. You know, for thousands and thousands of years, generation after generation, we were really never told the truth. Now, you're not able to differentiate because there's nothing there to compare it to. So you absorb that within you as the truth, and through the ego mind. And this is mostly how we live these lives, based upon what we are told as we develop. And how is just about all of it on this planet, in this now moment, how is everything practiced? Well, we are kept in almost a form of stasis. We move around, we interact, we are fed information that is completely wrong. It's bogus. But yet it's the only information that we receive, so we take it in and we resonate with it. This is how we're formed in our perspective, our personalities, everything. This is how we navigate this life. This is why we have so many splintered beliefs. Okay? You have a belief, it splinters, it goes off in different directions. It forms other beliefs from the original belief. It splinters off into different directions. Now, do we really know that? No, because again, we don't have any reference. It's like it's one way, right? It's one way. What if I go that way? Well, we don't know about that because we've never gone that way. It's not in our programming. Right? And why is it that not all of us are always celebrating our lives? Contentment, happiness, joy, we discover are within us. So we can be that way any time, any way, any place, anywhere we choose. And it's formidable. But the only reason that we go the way we go is what? The only reason that we go the way we go is because of by what we're told as we develop. That's all. That's the only reason. As a baby, we're in these baby bodies, okay? And all we know is that we're just totally open. We have no predisposed ideas, configurations, because we haven't been in the body long enough. We don't have fear. We don't have worry. We don't have stress. We don't have any of that. None of it. Do we have mind chatter? No, we don't have any of it. Why is that? Because babies only exist and live in the now. That's all they know. Moment to moment. Not tomorrow. Do you honestly believe that they're thinking about tomorrow? No. Or yet they don't even know what tomorrow and yesterday is. You have this powerful being within that baby body. Omnipotently powerful. And yet, isn't it amazing? We don't know it. We don't know that. Now, everybody can say, oh, I know that. Really, then how come you're not practicing it? All of us are born, birthed, to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. Doesn't that make sense? It's not just in some of us. It's in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. This is why I bring it up. One of us has the power to influence millions of us. And through the ego mind, that is very dangerous. Through the heart mind, that is very wonderful. Because through the ego mind, you haven't mastered the ego mind. So if you master the ego mind no longer exists, even though it's an illusion. But if the ego mind is still functioning, and you look upon that from the ego mind's perspective, I think you can figure out the rest. Because we are always, we never stop, ever. We are always manifesting something, whether we are conscious of it or not. We have manifested everything in our lives, from the shoes on our feet to the amount of money in our bank, to the quality of every relationship in our lives. The truth is, we cannot stop that. We can't. You cannot stop manifesting. We are omnipotently powerful, supreme manifesting, abundant beings. That is our natural state of being. So let's say that you were to accept that you truly have this awesome power. Okay? What would you spend your time focusing on creating into this world? Okay, so you embrace completely through the heart mind that you are an omnipotently powerful, supreme manifesting, abundant being that never dies. So let's say that you accept that you truly have this awesome power. What would you spend your time focusing on creating into this world? As you move through your day, notice if you are on automatic pilot, or are you truly present in each moment of your life? These are just questions, very good questions to ask oneself. Pay close attention to your mind. Is it truly here right now? Or if it is still bouncing back into the past or future, it's doing one of the either or. Awareness is the grand master key to manifesting and training your mind to remain in the present moment. We all have the ability to be truly conscious in consciousness. It naturally tends to grow and expand. When we have brought this light of consciousness into the darkest closets of our being, illuminating every tiny hidden aspect inside ourselves, then we will have reached a very significant level of enlightenment. Everything, and I mean everything, will manifest easily for you, and life will reward you greatly. You'll see the most miraculous things naturally manifesting for you at your smallest will. And the more you are relaxed into your essence, or the being that is here now, the easier it is to consciously choose what you manifest into your life. Consciously choose. Choose to stop believing that you are a limited, ego-minded, trapped in thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. Simply be aware of the truth of who you are. Know that you are not just a limited body-mind or any of the beliefs you have about it. Know that you are this cosmic, eternal consciousness that will never die. And you automatically increase your ability of what you wish to consciously create. Living life from this perspective becomes insanely easy to create anything you want. When there is realization of who you truly are, there is no doubt or fear attached to who you think you are. You become this deeply peaceful being who is truly at home within your own body-mind and naturally become the living master of your life. The fastest way to become a conscious manifester is to daily visualize that what you want to manifest has already occurred in the physical world. It is important to feel it, see it, and believe it. Whether you are aware of it or not, you're always sending out a manifesting vibration into this universe that boomerangs back to you in some form. The more conscious you become of what frequency you're sending out, the easier it is that it will become to finally attune it to a higher vibration energy where you will naturally attract each desire you have with joy and ease. That's how it was originally designed. Be aware of the quality of energy you are putting into the desires you want to manifest. The quality of energy. Notice if you are focusing on having what you want from a place of hoping it will occur, or really trusting it will actually show up. By creating awareness about how conscious you are about your intention, you bring more energy and power to it. It's best to start with knowing what the experience is that you most want to have when your greatest desire has manifested. And from this place, there is no ambiguity about what you're about to receive when you arrive at your goal. Perhaps you are simply humming along in this life, living in a somewhat comfortable existence, and you haven't yet thought about the kind of day you want to manifest today. You just stop and think about this. How would you like to feel at the end of today? What would you have liked to accomplish? What kinds of interactions and conversations would you like to have had? When you practice being more conscious of who you are being right now, it's easier to steer your life towards the life you want to manifest. And when you have clarity about what you want on your inner world, it acts like a blueprint that manifests itself into your outer world. When you are clear about your heart, what it really wants, you naturally create it. It must find some way to flow into your life. This is the abundant, magical nature of this universe. When you are unconscious and not clear on what you want, this universe tends to give you apricots when you wanted peaches. Manifesting becomes more hit or miss science with a vague vision of your greatest desired outcome. It's not a bad thing. Yet you may just get a little of this and a little of that. This mind of yours is your super manifesting power tool. And it is always drilling its way through this life and creating something. Why not redirect it to the most wonderful positive things? Why not? What the heck? Whenever the mind wanders to the skeptical side of the tracks, simply observe the thought pattern and slowly back away. If it continues to perpetually move down that same or similar negative path, you'll need to go deeper inside yourself to uproot its pattern. You may begin with investigating what positive outcome you really want to achieve by continuing down that old negative trail. Perhaps it's a cry for support, a hug, fatherly advice, motherly love, or just getting anybody's attention. When you get to that deeper need met on a daily basis, that reoccurring pattern will instantly discontinue. And when you are practicing being more conscious and clear about what your deepest intentions are for each day, you start being more aware of what thoughts are flowing through you in every moment. You stop allowing for negative complaining thoughts to be vocalized, and you become laser focused on having only positive creative thoughts about your intentions. And with awareness, you can effortlessly step out of an old stream of negative thinking, rechannel your mind into an inspired flow of positivity. When you are super clear, you can also relax deeply into the feeling of what you want. This is like sending out an ultra-strong radio signal to this universe that is picked up and sent back to you in the form of your manifestation. As you constantly use the mind in a focused, concentrated way, you realize how deeply this universe is listening to you and constantly answering your requests in the form of a physical manifestation every day. And whatever it is that you deeply desire to manifest into your life, it can be yours with joy and effortless ease. Join in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain relaxed into your body. Still focused on the breath rising and falling. The space between heartbeats. Dare to dance through your life. Be a spontaneous being of this grand boogie-woogie. Let your body groove and move to the ecstatic rhythm of the cosmic beat. This universe is your music, guiding every flamboyant step and leap into the heavenly sky. Today is your day to start gliding gracefully across the great dance floor of your life. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We'll return here Sunday, January 19, 2025. We'll have to 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.